4. And up comes the 200. And this is an excellent partnership. In fact, that partnership kept going right up to the close of play when England had made 224 for 7. Robin Smith 112 not out, and Neil Foster 36. The partnership 66 runs in all, and very valuable runs with 22 added from that boundary up to the end of play on this first day. 224 for 7, and the bowling figures for Australia. Two outstanding bowlers today, Geoff Lawson and Trevor Hohns. They did a lot of work. Lawson 27 overs, 4 for 58, and Hohns 22 overs and 3 for 59. England, and we join play on this second day. It's the 6th over. Lawson is coming into bowl to Foster. 8 runs have been added so far in the morning. Oh, got it. Well, only just. Lawson has clapped both hands to his head, and Border is just thinking about the awful possibilities there, but Foster has gone. It was a beautiful piece of field placing and very well bowled with a slower ball from Lawson, but it was so close to getting away.
Yes, I was just thinking I couldn't really see the reason for a man there, but Alan Border's done it again. Absolutely just right he was. Both hands to it, the ball bounced up, and fortunately he's naturally left-handed and it came down on that side. Fine catch at the finish, but it'd have been disappointing if he'd missed it in the first place. Fine effort from Neil Foster. He's done all that could have been expected of him.
New batsman is Angus Fraser.
Off the mark straight away. Geoff Lawson, his hands to his head. It must have been reasonably straight, but he got the middle of the bat on the ball and threw mid-wicket for a couple.
Lovely shot. First 4 of the day to Smith, and for England. And that's his 13th 4. And this was not quite a half volley, but Smith playing alongside that front leg and going through with a vertical bat. Very nicely played shot, just rolling the wrist at the end, and 4 from the moment it left his bat. Well, that's a lovely shot. Hit through that. That wasn't quite a half volley.
Well, that's as good a shot as anyone can see. Slightly slower delivery, but look at that straight bat. Hitting it on the up. Beautiful shot.
That takes England to 250. Close and given. Well forward, Fraser had a long look, so did umpire Mayer. And Lawson takes number 6 with Fraser LBW for 2. And England 252 for 9.
Well, it's a fairly straight delivery. And Fraser quite well forward there. Not absolutely at full stretch, but obviously very disappointed with that decision.
So that leaves Smith now with just Nick Cook, who very determined player, but with perhaps not quite the same ability as 1 or 2 above him. And that's a great shot. It's on the up, that got hold of it. And that's his 15th boundary.
It's a wonderful shot, this, off the back foot, going forward, rocking back, and just swinging the bat straight through the line. Really timed that beautifully. I think England will be quite happy with 260 on the board, considering the things that have gone on.
Well, that might be out, in fact. It is. What a way to go. Caught, square cut, top edge. Caught by Hones, and the end of a great innings, 143. And England all out for 260, and that's Merv Hughes' first wicket. And he went for the square cut. In fact, almost deliberately played the uppercut, but didn't really get enough bat on it. It was a well-judged effort by Hones there. He's pleased. Smith's not. But tremendous innings. And really, he alone has kept England afloat.
And it was undoubtedly one of the very best innings played by an England batsman in recent years in this country or overseas. A wonderful knock of 143 from Robin Smith. Angus Fraser 2, and Nick Cook remained not out after Neil Foster had been dismissed for 39. The bowling figures for Australia, they did well. 260 is just about what they should have dismissed England for, I reckon. Alderman none for 49, but perhaps deserved a little better, although he didn't move the ball in the air yesterday. Lawson 6 for 72, used his head all the way through, a thinking bowler, and he did great things out there for Australia yesterday and today. And Merv Hughes picked up the wicket today, finished with 1 for 55. Hones and Waugh weren't needed. Well, the opening batsmen for Australia were Jeff Marsh and Mark Taylor, and we join play now in the second over. 6 runs on the board so far. Fraser is the man coming into bowl to Taylor.
A little shout. A lot of people shouted. Early encouragement here for the bowlers. That certainly moved again off the seam, back into the left-hander. Very good delivery. That's well bowled.
15 of those to Taylor, 4 to Marsh. Spin on from the Stretford end. 10 minutes before lunch. That's a nice start for Jeff Marsh. A little loosener for John Embury.
Lovely, juicy full toss. And Jeff Marsh not making any mistakes with that.
That's a good shot. The square drive off the off-spinner and the well-pitched up delivery. That was a lovely stroke.
Wide half volley. And Marsh getting his foot right to the pitch of the ball there. The England captain taking evasive action.
A bit of spin there.
Well, that is interesting. And that was very close to the off stump as well.
That was a neat stroke by Taylor. He waited on it, made certain it was going to spin rather than go straight through as the top spinner.
Yes, and the way he played that shot, it shows that there's no great pace in the wicket. He had time to watch it after it had pitched, see that it wasn't going to come back into him, and then just nudge it past slip.
Shit. That's the way Embury had Mark Taylor stumped at Edgbaston. Bringing him down the pitch and spinning it past the outside edge. He's played that well.
Well, everybody cheers, most people laugh, all except one man, and that's Gow.
And you can see how far the Australian batsmen get their front foot to the pitch of the ball. They really do get it. Look at that. Really reaching down the pitch and getting close to it. Not killing any spin at all.
Neil Foster. Have to be sharp here if Gower hits.
And once again, very good running by the Australians. They go straight away. And although it's a direct hit, Taylor comfortably in.
Well, that's well bowled. That's the first time, really, that Taylor's been drawn into a loose stroke.
Yes, and very unusual to see him chasing one that wide. He's usually such a good judge of where the ball is. He's had his little flirt outside the off stump, and I don't think he'll do that again in a hurry.
Nick Cook coming on for his first bowl of the innings. Fraser finishing with 12 overs for 35. Good enough spell, but certainly nowhere near as impressive as at Edgbaston. That's 4 runs. A loose first delivery. Cook now to Taylor, giving him room. Didn't really time it, but it'll be worth a couple.
Taylor's 50. And a very good innings indeed.
Really is firing it in, Cook, and he's paying the penalty. Nice stop there by Foster. It's the end of the over. Australia 85 without loss.
That's a lovely shot by Taylor. Lovely straight bat, full face of the bat. And the 100 comes up, the unbroken Australian partnership. Yes, Mark Taylor showing that he can hit the ball off the front foot when it's pitched up. Nothing much better than that shot there to bring the 100 up. And again, Todd Embry not making quite such good ground this time. So 2 fours in succession for Mark Taylor. Lovely straight drives through mid-off. There's no mid-off fielding there. Pacing Foster. And that's a lovely shot. Square on the offside. Nick Cook. Oh, well. I don't think Foster will be too happy with that, nor should David Gower be. Yes, a little bit slack here by Nick Cook. He got to it quite reasonably. Got a left boot on it. And oh dear. Never make a left winger.
Now Botham to bowl to Mark Taylor. It's 4 runs. Eighth 4 for Taylor. A lovely shot, flicked off his hips, that's another 4. Might be 4 more. Just can't bowl at this pace, at that length.
I mean, both of them looking at the footholds and everything else, but I don't really think there's too much wrong with the footholds. They're nice and dry.
That's out. What a tremendous bit of wicket keeping. An appeal for a caught behind, given down the leg side, and really that's the sort of break that England barely deserved, but what a high-class bit of work from Russell.
Yes, beautiful piece of wicket keeping. He's a fine keeper, Jack Russell, and beautifully taken there. And umpire Hampshire having no hesitation there, although Jeff Marsh, as he walked out, was shaking his head.
Well, there we are, Marsh caught by Russell off the bowling of Botham for 47, Australia 135 for 1. It's been a cracking partnership. The Old Trafford crowd giving generous applause to Marsh. He was certainly disappointed, but really it was a magnificent piece of work by Russell because there was no particular merit in the ball.
Beautifully taken because it also brushed the pad as it was going down, and he is a fine keeper.
And he's done him again, same as at Edgbaston. Embury has had Mark Taylor stumped for 85. Exactly the same type of dismissal as in the last Test match, spinning the ball past the outside edge of the left-hander's bat. Excellent innings, but that's good bowling.
Yes, he does go down the wicket when it's a little bit wide. It's definitely too wide to be risking going down to the off-spinner with that rough there. The old bowlers follow through. And you have to go down, and once the ball's wide, you've got to get right down to it if you're going to go.
And the new batsman is Alan Border. The field is still quite fast. Tim Robinson, the fielder, the slider. The shout would be because they weren't certain whether or not David Boone had played a shot or if he just kept the bat behind the pad.
Well, it's always a debatable one, is that. Certainly there's no chance of him playing the ball because the bat was straight behind the leg, but some of the batsmen do that these days and nobody gets given out for it, so they'll continue to do it.
Well, sometimes they make a mistake and pad up to the wrong line. And David Boone is the third man to go. Angus Fraser bowling in his proper style from the Stretford end has claimed the third wicket, and this is a good spell from the Middlesex medium pacer.
On this occasion he didn't get that leg far enough across, just bent the knee and it went just over the top of the roll there and clipped it off stump. You just see the ball as he bends his leg back there. And that just allows the ball to go through. If he kept the leg going forward, may have been given out, he might not.
Dean Jones is the new batsman for Australia. 154 for 3. Dean Jones will face Angus Fraser. Fraser can't wait to get at him. Australia 106 behind.
Well, it was a good first delivery, and Fraser a little bit unlucky not to get a wicket here. Banged that in short, and it bounced. Jones got behind it a little bit square on, and the ball going off the gloves, but it went more or less straight down.
Jones, that'll be 4 runs. He does like to get down the wicket to John Embury, and that really going past short leg, that's why that man there has got a helmet on.
Yes, I think what he's doing is getting down the wicket and eliminating the short legs, really. And although that was a chancy shot, there's no man out in the deep. And the other thing is, of course, that the ball's turning into him.
Ideas being exchanged. That's too short. Dean Jones doesn't need any second invitation for that sort of ball. It's another big hit, straying down leg side. 3rd boundary of the over. Going for the 4 and getting it. Moved inside the line well and just swung round there. Almost a free hit, providing he kept it fine enough.
Yes, it's more a paddle shot, really. Short back lift and just helping it round.
Spotting the single. Well, Jones is quick, but he really had to be there because Fraser was also sharp into his action.
Well, there certainly was a quick single here. Fraser following through, picks it up, throws, and if he'd hit, I think he would have been out. I'm sure he would have been out.
Too tight anyway for Dean Jones's peace of mind, and Border knows it.
Oh, that's well stopped. I know you're quite keen up your own bowling, but you did very well to get down so quickly and so far. He didn't look at it really, he took his eye off it, but he middled it and it flies away behind square leg. A positive response from Jones.
Yes, just watch his head. And he doesn't really look. He's got the line, but he doesn't look at it as he hits it.
It's been a good day in that dressing room. Oh, that's a good shot. Full swing of the bat. Played wonderfully straight and right to the pitch of the ball.
He does hit the ball hard. Super shot.
Safe. No problem at all. There's a ring of 3 on the onside, all saving 1. And the man at deep backward square leg, but that was perfectly calculated shot.
Absolutely safe. There's no one out. And he can miss-hit it over those inner fielders.
Tim Curtis, the fielder. Pause for the 200 up. Australia have lost just 3 wickets. Marsh for 47, Taylor 85 and Boone for 12. That brought up the 50 partnership.
Cook now bowling over the wicket to Jones. And the field placing there is probably one of the more unusual ones seen in Test cricket. He's got the slip and the bat pad and only 2 men on the offside, so bowling to 4 on the offside, 5 men on the onside. That doesn't stop Jones going straight down the wicket and putting him over the top for 6. Really is a batsman who, whatever the state of the pitch or the game or the day, within 25 minutes of the close, and just look at this for a shot.
Yes, a lot of confidence, because it didn't look like he was quite going to get there at one time, but he did go through lovely on the line. Nice follow through, and kept his head down as well. And at the finish, it really was a magnificent shot.
It certainly was a magnificent shot, and 6 more runs were added up to the close of play, with Dean Jones finishing on 49 not out. Lovely innings. Border is 19, Taylor out for 85, Marsh 47, and Boone 12. 219 for 3. Nothing much about the bowling. Fraser came back all right after rather an odd early spell where he was trying to bowl much too fast. Finished up with 1 for 60, Foster none for 35. Wicket also to John Embry, who was hit out of the attack for a while by Dean Jones with marvellous footwork and good strong strokes to the outfield. And Ian Botham 5 overs, 2 maidens, 1 for 15. I thought he might have bowled a little more. Nick Cook, I can offer no easy explanation, I'm afraid, as to why Nick Cook should have come out and bowled round about the pace of Derek Underwood there today. 13 overs, 4 maidens, none for 36, and he really did make life difficult for himself in trying to extract any turn from the pitch. The match situation at the end of 2 days, this Old Trafford Test match, England 260, Australia 219 for 3, Australia 41 runs behind. At Old Trafford for the start.